Welcome everybody to Monday night's podcast, Warrior Health Mondays. Man, the music on? That thing has got a mind of its own, I tell you. This thing is hard to handle sometimes. We got Jay Ryan is backstage right now getting ready to go, and just want to say hi to everybody and say, in case I forget at the end, a happy holidays and make sure that everybody is doing good and to always reach out to me because even if I don't have a bunch of time or I can't get to like super fast or right away, trust me, my response time is usually within 15 minutes and I will find a way to help, whether it be somebody else or anything. So, heck yeah. Jay, let's see here. Let's get Jay in here. Let me switch this and switch
Oh
the
boy, look
Jay.
at me. I'm
Are you
jumping in
snowed
early.
in?
Hello,
Are you
everybody.
snowed in?
Brother, yeah, I
Oh,
am snowed in actually. But I just wanted to say how handsome you looked in the big screen there. I know you're on day
gee.
176 without food or whatever, but you look
Uh,
very
what am I,
handsome,
30?
healthy. Are you doing well tonight? Why do you look so good?
It's the lighting.
That's my secret at home.
No, you know what? You know what's kind of funny is this is something I don't normally do, and somebody made a comment about it when I wore it last week. It's from the Rock and the Kevin Hart movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but he's like a secret agent,
Get
and the
hard.
Rock comes out wearing "Always Be You,"
Oh,
right? But I can't remember what it's called. It's like it's like something intelligence or something. Anyway, Kevin
Central
Hart, like
Intelligence.
Central Intelligence. Yeah, Kevin Hart was nice to him when The Rock was a fat guy in school, and then later on, of course, then The Rock's
Yeah,
ripped, right? But when he wore
that's
this shirt,
funny.
I was like, man, I need to get a shirt like that. It was at a time in my life where I was still the big guy, and this was like, gosh, 5 years ago or something. And anyway, somebody bought me this shirt, and it did not fit like at all, like super friggin' like fat guy in a little like shirt type of thing, right? Like I had a belly hanging out the bottom, and I was like, well, one day I'll get there, right? And so when I was looking through my stuff to wear stuff last week, I wore this shirt, and oh my gosh, it was like, when was the last time I wore a shirt that wasn't just black or gray? Like I wear black everything pretty much. Like I have probably 50 shirts that are black, and because I get self
I've
conscious
made the switch to
wearing
black this year as well.
it, right?
Not
It's just
currently, not on your show.
no,
I'm I'm
yeah, but
I'm repping.
but it's a comfortable thing for me, you
Yeah.
know. So tell me about the
Well, you look
snow over there,
great,
bud.
fella.
I appreciate I appreciate that, my man. Thank you. I feel good. So the fasting and the changing of the mental, it's I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, are you trying to lose weight?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I was doing that for 2.5 months before I did this fast. Like this wasn't the reason for it. It was to to cleanse my system out, to feel better about myself. I got to 5 days and was like, fuck it, let's see how far we can go.
I'm
And that
never
was about all I
stopping
did.
this.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna do
literally I
this
was like, I'll
forever.
just eat when I get hungry. And then a week later, I was like, this is awkward. And then it was like a week and a half, and I was like, this is still awkward. And then I started getting hunger pains. I'm like, here it goes. Until somebody said, how far do you think you can go? And that was literally the day that I was hungry. And in my head, this normally this docile friggin' hibernating competitive nature that I had came out again. And I was like, how far can I go? Like this is for me, right? Like let's set a goal and see if I can hit it. And my goal was Astoria, New Year's, want to have some drinks, want to have some good food. So fuck it. 52 days is New Year's. And I'm at 30,
I
almost 37.
I give you so much credit. I think it's very interesting that you're doing this at a time when the rest of us are putting on 5 to 15 pounds because of the holidays and I have eaten so many cookies. I've been doing good with food calories, but so many cookies and
It's that
sweet
that
drinks and
sugar
stuff.
intake, right? Like you're just like you get that overload and you have a couple in the evening and you're like, huh, why am I so awake? And you're like, that sugar
Yeah.
rush. Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's what gets me. It's like I'm pretty good about food because I'm kind of snake like. Like I eat if I'm hungry, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not. But the sweets, it's kind of like you don't really realize you're doing it. You're like, oh, I'll just walk by the kitchen. Oh, I'll have a cookie. I'll walk by the kitchen. Oh, I'll have another cookie. You do that 6, 7, 8 times a day. You've
Right.
eaten a dozen cookies. Yeah. So And my
That's like
in-laws, my mother-in-law she's a great cook and baker. So she's like when I was here a couple weeks ago, she made like 6 different cheesecakes, all different flavored cheesecakes from scratch.
That's
And this
one of
time
my
it's
weaknesses.
Christmas cookies and pies and stuff. So
that's you know what's funny? It always reminds me of
dinner a lot.
Reminds me of the comedian Brian Regan, and he was like,
I
he
love
goes,
Brian Regan.
You ever look, because I love him and like Nate Bargatze. They don't, even though I don't care, I fucking swear, but they don't swear, and I love when you can watch somebody who's a good funny comedian that doesn't lean on something like that everybody else does, right? And he said,
yeah,
you ever looked at the serving size in Fig Newtons? He's like, 2 Newtons. He's like, I eat Fig Newtons by the sleeve. I use that little plastic as a catcher and just you know, I was just like, that's hilarious.
When I was a kid, I ate Fig Newtons by the sleeve, but they were bigger, as was the sleeve.
The sleeve, right?
Nowadays, now I get through a sleeve and I'm like, I'm warmed up. I got to have a couple more out of the next sleeve. It's like, what's the Girl Scout cookies? Same thing. Thin Mints used to be bigger and the sleeve was longer.
Everything's smaller and thinner, and everything costs more money. They don't get what you paid for, right?
Yes, right, exactly. I should address, just because I'm noticing the image. I should address that I'm actually in my deceased wife's childhood room. I'm at my in-laws' house. I'm snowed in here in Rochester, New York. So if it looks like a little bizarre, like it's in transition, it is. You can still see some of the Seven Dwarfs border around me.
Oh, that is great.
And 1997 etched into the wall because that's the year she graduated high school, etc., etc.
Oh, same year as me.
So I'm here in Rochester. Yes, I am snowed in. I thought I'd leave yesterday, day before.
How does that look for Yellow Car on the? I mean, the snowed in is one thing, but I mean, like, how does that look on the? Because snowed in there means that you're traveling anywhere near this direction, you're not getting far. And right now in Washington, we're on a heavy snow watch this coming next week. We went from flooding and to now the mountains and the foothills, we're talking like massive amounts of snow, which means then they close the passes. Usually it's late November, but it's been more flooding. Have fun. I love you. Okay, come here really quick before you leave.
Jay loves you too.
Jay said he loves you too. My daughter's getting ready to go to her concert. Her friend's picking her up. She's got a concert at school. You can't do your hair.
Ooh, I think good sweater.
Right.
Nice sweater.
Your hair looks good. That looks good.
Well, I have this on, at least it fixes it a little.
You're good. Love you. All right.
It's the package deal. It's the earmuffs and the sweater.
Right. The earmuffs and the sweater. Peace out, homie. So her friend, I was like, hey, can you get your friend to come pick you up on her way to the school, and I'll pick you guys up after. So she's like, yeah, perfect.
Well done.
So, and then my son's at work. I dropped him off before I got here. And so that's why it's like tonight's going to be like one of those, like an hour show, because like then I got to go pick up my son. But then again, it's that balance where then like this week and the beginning of next week, it's like I got no holds barred. That's when the shows become a little longer. But no,
come Friday, off the hook.
Fucking A, man. There's been a couple of those Fridays, though. I do like having more people on and doing those longer Fridays. I think it's a lot funner having a longer show when you got a bunch of people coming in and stuff like that. But I think that some of the people that come in are like regulars now, and the people that want to come in are still scared. And I'm like, come on, people. This is just a group. We're hanging out, having a good time, you know?
I do, and I agree with you. I think that it used to be cool to just kind of pop in and, check on everybody and say hello for, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. But then lately, being a part of it, the long ones are where it's at, because you find a groove and you finally get into something, and then other people are chiming in, and then it's like 2 or 3 shows in once. And it really,
yeah,
I feel like it's more cathartic for us too, because we're going through more stuff, more sharing,
Keith's here for 15 minutes. Let's see.
Yeah,
what do you got, Keith? About 3 more minutes.
Speak of the devil, yeah.
Right. Candy Sickles. Do you know Candy?
I don't think so.
Okay, Candy.
Is that a real name? It sounds like it might be a stage name.
It could be. I don't know. How you doing? First time to the show, I think. I don't think I've seen the name Candy before here. Okay. Let's see. I love your Goonies shirt. I have that one. You know what's funny?
This came from the from the film museum in Oregon from our buddy Dave. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I love it too.
I just love it because the way it looks sitting on top of the doubloon like that. I just love that old school,
I agree. Yeah, the artwork's great. And also I like the simplicity of just the yellow and the white on the heather gray. It's nice. Or whatever you call this, charcoal gray.
The charcoal. I know. I'm me wearing this light blue. I'm like, this is awkward. I feel very, and anything that's like white or light colored or anything like that is, we're talking 20 years plus since I've really even worn anything that's like that. So I even stopped wearing white undershirts because I didn't like to put an undershirt on and be like, what the fuck? Take that off. Put a black shirt on, you know?
Yes.
Steve, how you doing? How are you doing, everybody? You know Steve?
So Steve is my best friend in Florida. I think I might have checked in with you from Florida a couple times. I was staying with him for like almost 2 weeks down in Florida when we were having Yellow Car worked on. And he is the buddy I told you about on this show that I said he's literally like my therapist. We spend like 12 hours a week on the phone with each other, helping each other with each other's problems. And we've both had a rough year, and you know what I mean? Life is lifing. And I'm so glad he's here. I don't know if we have time or not, but if you have anybody join us lately or later, I bet he'd be a candidate.
Man,
he's awesome.
He can even come in right now, brother. He can come in. You can just share that link with him if he wants to come in, man.
Oh, is that what I do?
Yeah, that link that's there, just share it to his, and then he can come in just like you. Candy, how long ago was that? 5:39. Oh, about 4 minutes ago. So if you're still in here, you have a good evening as well. Thank you for coming in, saying hi. Let's do a roll call, everybody, for the people that are in here. Let's we got Steve, we got Candy, we got a couple in here. Why don't you guys say hi? Just say hi. Let us know where you guys are here. You know, we got people that pop in and out of the chat. I can never see who's in here, which sucks. I wish I could see like a list of people that are in here, but it only shows Dustin 6 people. So, but I did want to talk a couple of things because there's some there's a quote and a couple of things that people have kind of sent me, and one came up. I had a quote come up that is, you know, one of those like those what do you call it, like memories, you know, like they like your Facebook, different things, right? This came up.
I post them all the time. They make me cry every day now because they
right
go in them.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
And so I had, oh, here we go, hold on, let me switch this up really quick.
Oh, this would be crazy if this is Steve. This will be so cool.
Steve,
he just called me a little bit before the show, and I was like, I'm jumping on this podcast. I can't talk.
Can you hear us, Steve? He said, I'm in, but he's a little frozen right now.
Oh, it's just a black screen for me.
Oh, is it? Yeah, mine, it shows him as a frozen. Let's see. I'll see if it starts moving again. Steve, if you're in there and you can hear us, if it starts moving again, I can pull you back in. But Kelly, how you doing? How you doing? And then Jay Ryan getting in here just to say hi in the chat. I love that. I love when Murph does that too. She gets on the chat and starts reading, and then she's in a conversation. I'm like, is this happening now or in like 20 minutes from our messages?
Well, this happens on the Blockbuster year with me and Brandon too, because people are in the live and they're trying to chime into the conversation, but Brandon and I are so in the conversation that we don't have a separate producer that's scanning and doing all that stuff, so we end up missing.
But it's also hard to skip it's hard to skip that conversation though. Like when you're in a conversation and you sit for like 3 or 4 minutes and you and Brandon are talking about something, you're 3 or 4 minutes gone. As soon as you respond 3 or 4 minutes, you're 6 minutes deep. As soon as you start to get to those, if you're not going fast enough, you're about 10 minutes deep. And so I get
this is a river with flow.
Yeah. So I try to get in there. Steve, Beach Bum Laser Designs in Seaside, Oregon, bud. I can't wait to see you on New Year's. I'm gonna be bringing a whole bunch of people down, Steve. So if the shop is closed for that day, you better open it for at least an hour. Come down there and say hi. Jesse, what is up, brother? How are you doing? It looks like Steve in the back, it went black for me as well, so he might have got a bad connection or something.
And I just realized while he lives in Florida, he's actually in Pennsylvania for the holidays right now with his family, so he may be in the sticks, who knows.
Right, out in the boonies. Brian just bought a water row machine, listening and rowing. That's what I'm talking about. But
nice.
I know I do want to get into the first of the year when I do my workout and stuff like that. I'm going to start doing different times for people where I do little workouts and stuff, and I'm just going to do like a quick little live, and just be like, people chime in. I'll be like, hey, what do we want to do today? Like, let's do some workout, let's do some things, and try to learn and teach as I go, and just have some fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, what is up? Jessica got evacuated from her work because there's a little levee there, like dam thing over here, like the flooding, and it broke. We had like this small earthquake over here with the flooding, and it's chaos over here. Washington for like a week has been like in a state of emergency as well.
Just so you know, it's national news too, because we're getting that here in Rochester as well.
Okay.
Your news. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Perfect, Steve. Thank you. You'll be open. And then we got Steve back. Hold on. Let me bring Steve in here. Now I can see him moving.
Did I get
there
it?
He is.
All right. Yay!
He made it. He made it. What is up, bud?
Oh, same old stuff.
There's 3 guys who are constantly trying to keep a positive face on despite adversity.
Well, then, Steve, it's nice to meet you, buddy. You know what's funny is it froze on his positive face.
At least he's smiling.
Right? He's got that. He's got the smile. We're just going to leave him in there for when he chimes back in. That's
what's funny is he went from having a perfect connection to just dropping out completely.
Right? I know. No, I love doing this fast has sparked a lot. So I have a team of 8 to 9 people now that have already done 2 72-hour fasts in the time that I've done it, just to kind of like keep going, and
Sure.
And it inspires me to keep doing that thing, to where when I start to get to that point to where I start having a little bit of a lull, it picks me up without them even knowing it. I just get on there and I'm like, they finished it. All right, I'm gonna fucking keep going. Right, let's do this.
Because it's like a perpetual motion machine, right? Each one inspires the other.
Yeah, right. Just keep pushing it, and it's kind of funny because like what I was saying before Steve was getting in is that this quote. So this quote popped up, and this was something. So I transferred one of my photo account things or whatever that I have from my computer that was like old. It was like 10 years old, right? And I'm like, let's get some of these pictures and stuff put onto my computer, my new one. And so then I started looking at it, and I was like, oh, like that's old. That's fuck. There's there's my sister. Next thing you know, it goes to like 6 years past that. That's 16. My sister's 18 years ago. So I'm like, let's see what I see, right? Like I was kind of worried about it. The day she passed, this quote came up because this was the last quote that she had sent me, right? And this was like kind of like that thing for me, and so I saw it and I just broke down crying like that. It's been a while since I've felt like that towards my sister. You kind of get done, but I wanted to share that with everybody here.
Please.
It says, adversity does not break you. It introduces you to your other self. The part of you that stays calm under pressure, that rises when everything falls apart, that doesn't survive storms. It becomes one. You don't meet this version in comfort. You meet it when your life strips everything away and you choose to rise anyway. That's the real you, the warrior, the one who whispers, now we begin.
What the heck, buddy? Would you please send that to me? That is powerful.
I will. I screenshotted it and sent it to myself, and I was like, yeah, let's, right? And
I post little things like that all the time with the same idea because it's the truth. This is when you find out who you are when you're going through shit.
Yeah.
But man, it doesn't make you want to go through shit.
I know, right? I know that just that part, that line. I'm just going to say it again. Adversity does not break you. It introduces you to your other self, the part of you that stays calm under pressure, that rises when everything falls apart, that doesn't just survive storms. It becomes one. You don't meet this version in comfort. You meet it when your life strips everything away and you choose to rise anyway. That's the real you, the warrior, the one who whispers, now we begin. Right? It's like a very heavy line of, which one of the ones I love the best is that classic like warrior quote, the I am the storm. Have you heard that one? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's been like a quote that's been, I'm going to get that tattooed on me, for crying out loud. So like, and I'm just trying to think of the font. That's as far as I got, but I started going down that road of looking at some of those things that were sent during that time. And this other one came up, and I changed in my head. I can change the year, obviously, but because the year was that same year, and it was leave the bad in 2025, right? Leave those habits that drained you, the people who dimmed you, and the worries that kept you awake at night. Leave the versions of yourself that were built from survival instead of hope. You do not have to carry what hurt you into a new year. Step forward with a lighter hand and clearer heart. What is meant for you will meet you where you are going, not where you've been.
Wow.
Right? And so
Yeah.
I think this time of year is hard for a lot of people that fuck you and me losing people that are very, very, very close to us, and then having to be introduced to that every holiday, which is a huge thing. It isn't just a birthday that comes or a 4th of July or something. This time of year, this end of one, beginning of a new, and then family time, where you're sitting right now. I'm surprised the lights aren't strobing,
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Also, because everything you're saying is you don't intend it to, but it's landing and it's hitting so hard right now. The reason I'm here, I came for Thanksgiving. The reason I'm here now is because for anybody who's watching who doesn't know, my wife Nicole, she passed away of multiple sclerosis last year. But her mom, who was already a retired paralegal, a few years prior, said, I can't just stand by and do nothing, so I'm going to do whatever I can to aid in my daughter's care. So she applied to and enrolled and got into nursing school, and she just graduated and got her PIN on Friday. And we all went to the service, would you call it a service? Ceremony. And here she is right after she just got her PIN. Those are my in-laws. Those are Nicole's parents.
That's awesome.
So like, all we're doing is talking about, Nicole. And we went out to dinner last night, and our waitress's name was Nicole. And Nicole had this weird shirt that I've never seen before, and a girl at the restaurant was wearing it. And then our bill came to $111. There were too many coincidences. One of those things you overlook, 3 of them in one meal. It's just a little too much to overlook. You're right about this being a time of year where like you can't help it, but also like if you're going through something like this, it doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys probably both have conversations about that constantly, I'm guessing, right?
Well, yeah, because we all believe now. We believe in stuff we didn't used to because you live through shit, you get older, and then we've just seen some stuff now that my buddy Steve and I talk about it all the time. In fact, my wife talks to him more than she talks to me.
He's like, yep.
Make up your own joke, folks.
How you doing, Steve? You got some connection here now? I saw the cutting in and out.
Yeah, I went inside because it's cold out there.
He's in Pennsylvania, not Florida.
Can't wait to get back to Florida.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready for the snow to come here, especially after the flooding. Because once that snow hits and it starts to drop in temperature, next thing you know, it's just gonna cause havoc. I'd like to get my job done for a little bit and then have it go shit during the holidays would be better.
Yeah, dude, it was terrible to have to actually shovel snow instead of sand.
Right.
I did it this morning. I shoveled snow this morning. Big long driveway.
Yeah, because both of you, one in California, the other one in Florida. It's a little bit of a different weather.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily we both grew up in the New York, Connecticut area. So like we're used to this weather, or at least we were at one point.
Well, we were at one
lately,
point. Too old for the shit.
Right, exactly. I get up in the morning now, and like as soon as I get outside or something like that, I'm like, it's warm in your place, and I get outside, I get in the vehicle, it's warm, and I'm doing this thing. All of a sudden, I'm like, why does like my elbow and my knees hurt? I'm like, oh, that's right, the weather, it's cold, and my joints are feeling it now. I'm like, that was never a thing. I look around like somebody's looking at me when I'm trying to stretch inside my vehicle. Like, I'm good.
Dude,
I'm good.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's happening constantly with me. Is that happening to you, Steve?
It is, because the first sweatshirt is okay to put on. The second sweatshirt hurts everywhere when I put it on.
Mm.
Shoulders. I mean, maybe it
Shoulders.
hurts my hips to put the sweatshirt on. That's not right.
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, I
All right,
hurt
we're
my
all in the
ankle
same
this
boat.
week, and I'm noticing that the ankle is healing a little slower than it normally heals.
How are you feeling after last week? So he took a tumble down the stairs last week, moving some
Oh
furniture.
gosh, like
And that's why we didn't do the
15
podcast.
steps with a computer chair, right? So like it was one of those ones where like I set it down and I was gonna get on the backside of it to like just walk down the stairs, right? And as soon as I set it down, it started to like tip and roll. And right when I grabbed it and picked it. As soon as I picked it up, my foot went right to the side, twisted, and I went 6'5", 300 pounds. I went shoulder step, feet went over the top. I hit the ground, and then my body hit the wall. And I was thinking, if I had that extra 70 pounds on me, I'd have went through the friggin' wall, and I would have been right in the parking lot because
Yeah,
it
thank
was
God
it
for
was
your
like
fast.
it was just kunk, 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 and I stood up and went boom against the wall, and I'm holding onto the chair, and I'm standing there, and all of a sudden I'm like, that was, and I go to take a step, and I'm like, I knew I was gonna hurt something. Like right there, I thought I was out of the weeds, and then like, and I almost fell over standing. So I was like, well, I guess that could have been worse, right? Could have been worse. And then I slipped and fell. I slipped and fell on my way to the car at trying to get to, trying to work. And then I was on my way to the car and I like slipped a little bit and I was like, but it was one of those, my ankle's already twisted. So it was like the saving grace was just, I'm going to hit the ground. So I hit the ground, puddle, rolled into it. I was like, I'm going to go back upstairs and change. I was like, what's going on here? I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm just glad nobody was outside. That would have been a very embarrassing moment. Everybody just, look at that guy.
Yeah, see, I go inside, I take a nap after shit like that.
I did think about taking the day off from work, but then I was like, well, that messes up my Astoria trip, so I can't do that. So you're out there with some family, Steve?
Yeah, we're out at one of our places in the Poconos.
Nice.
And I will never come here in the winter again.
It's a lake house for anybody else.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like a summer joint,
And then you're there for the winter.
It's terrible. I'm going back to Florida on Thursday. I can't wait to get there.
Well, that's one of those things I loved. I love doing during the summertime is my parents have like a cabin up in near Mount Rainier up here and stuff, and you get up there and it's just nice.
Oh, wow.
It's always 10 to 15 degrees lower. So if it's 90 here, it's like 75, 80, perfect temp. But when you go during the friggin' winter, it is just brutal. Arctic cold.
It's mean. I mean, it's actually mean.
Mean, right? Exactly. Just wind hits you in the face or something. You're like, why'd you slap me, motherfucker? What the hell?
I don't understand how people live here all year long anymore, and I did it my whole life.
Yeah, I'm with him on that one.
Right. See, and the Viking side of me doesn't really mind the cold because I'm still the guy that goes outside with flip flops and shorts when it's snowing. Let me go to my car, and somebody looks at me like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like,
that was probably both of us back in the day. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Too old for that stuff.
Too old for that shit.
Too old for that business. Just period.
Oh, Kelly said
Kelly, exactly.
She's
yes.
a nurse too. Yeah.
Yeah. So she just graduated from Nazareth up here in Rochester.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you just got a row machine. You just did a mile. That
seems like a lot to break in a whole mile.
That was always the thing that got my shoulders nice and jacked, right? Doing the rowing machine. I'd sit there. I usually did that when I went to like a Bally's Fitness or like a Planet Fitness or something like that. I would always sit on the row machine. I'd look around like, is anybody gonna get off these machines so I can do something different? Like, no, maybe I guess I just do this.
Just keep rolling.
I get weird when I get very antisocial and kind of anxious when I go to like gyms. Like even when I was fit, like I would like if people were around, I'd just move from that area and go somewhere else. And that's when I realized like a year later I had a panic attack at a Comic-Con and I was like, maybe I just don't like crowds or people around me at certain times.
Social
like that
anxiety,
was the thing,
yeah.
right? So, and when I'm working out, it was the thing. It was kind of like, can you not stand right here and like wait for me to be done? Like then I would just get up and end my set and go do something else. So yeah, that was my work
growing up in the woods. I can't imagine anything worse than what you're describing. Like I'm
Really?
one of those who like just let me work and I'll show you the result when I'm done. You know what I mean?
But
Don't
we-
even come in to, like an artist mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you're talking about sounds like my fucking nightmare.
Seriously,
Amen
man.
to
It is.
that.
I literally end up buying a workout gym for my garage because of that.
But him too. He's in construction. He's a contractor and stuff too. And it's like, if can you like
Oh, yeah.
Steve? Can you imagine if the client was like watching you work and stuff? And I'm sure that happens sometimes.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, just over your, like
Well,
over your
they
shoulder.
and I tell them they get charged extra for that.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
We're gonna
listen,
every
if you
minute
wanna
you're
talk
here
to me
is
and I'm not
extra.
working, you're still paying the same rate.
Right.
so the other day, I think we talked about this briefly. We had yellow car washed. We dropped it off at Larry Casilla Ammo, and when we were like going down the checklist and everything, he goes, "All right, so first things first. It's going to make me nuts if you're just standing around in the balcony watching me do this. So how do we get you out of here?" And I was like, "Oh, no. I'm from here. Like I got a ride. I won't be there. Let me know when to drop it off and when to pick it up." He was like, "Okay, perfect."
Yep.
Because otherwise he was dreading 3 days of me looking over his shoulder while he polishes yellow car, you know? No way.
Right. Yeah, I
Nightmare.
can't. The job I have now is actually really good for that because I deal I have like over 300 accounts as an account manager for international raw metal distributors, so like aerospace defense companies, right? Like titanium metal. So it's like nobody really needs to be watching me work. But the cool thing is we have no office, no transfer station, no warehouse, no delivery area, nothing. I am the only person in the state of Washington for my company. And
Wow.
my office this is my office pretty much. So I basically drive around, hit these accounts, talk to people, and then I leave. And when I need to chime in anywhere, it's basically just my phone, email, or something like that. So some people are always
Just to
like,
follow up, right?
doesn't it get lonely? And I'm like, no, man, if I haven't seen an area in a while, I just go that area and I hit a bunch of accounts in that area and drive 2.5 hours in the morning. If I'm feeling like not doing too much shit that day, I'm just like, well, I'll just drive 2 hours there and 2 hours back. That kills half my day, right? And then some days I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling people today. Let me people. So then I hit like, twice as many accounts. And that was kind of like my today. And it's fun. People, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, yeah, like 2 weeks ago. And they're like, yeah, I know. It's a while. I'm like, yeah, because every time I come in, we talk for an hour about nothing in my job. And then at the end, I'm like, can you buy some fucking metal, make a rocket or something? Like you work for SpaceX.
And it is
What you
painful
just
talking
described
to people
sounds perfect.
sometimes.
It truly, I kind of fell into it by accident. And they asked me why I wanted the job. I said, well, somebody that was a recruiter got my resume and gave it to you guys. So technically I wasn't even applying for the job because I worked at Granger, and they were like, oh, so do you not want the job? I'm like, well, why don't you tell me about the job? So then they told me about the job, and then I go, so I'm a relationship builder. I just talk to people and ask them if they want to come join the dark side type of thing. And he's like, I guess that works. And I'm like, yeah, I think that'll work. So now I just go into places and I'm just like, hi, my name's Dustin. That's it. That's all I got right now. Let's just keep talking for a little while and we'll see if you want to buy some metal.
So, but well, your personality probably takes it from there. But what sounds perfect to me is that like you choose.
Yeah.
So like I can people if I get to choose when I get to do it.
And
like,
which
Steve
people,
has seen me
right?
like we're doing car shows and stuff. He's come with me, and you got to be on for those things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not in the mood, it's not good.
No.
No.
That's when I do a little bit more emailing and phone calling than I do in person type stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's nice. So
that's why it's
sometimes those
perfect.
days when that Friday hits and you're like, I don't want to people, that's when I work from home that day. It's Friday. And then I'm just on the phone. I'm like, well, I know you're busy. I'm gonna get going. They're like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I got a meeting I gotta get to. It's fucking like it's a lie. I'm just like, I don't really have to go to another meeting. I just gotta call somebody else.
You're
But
saving your
it's
energy
fun,
for the
though.
podcast on Friday night.
What's up?
I said you're saving your energy for the big podcast on Friday night.
Pretty much, which is funny because I get done with job number 1. So I usually get up about 5:00. I get on the road by 5:30. I work my day till like 1-ish or so, come home, do the emails and stuff, right? Then before the podcast, sometimes I have job number 2 or job number 3 that I'm doing stuff for. And then I do the podcast, which takes up the time for the podcast. And then after I get done with the podcast, that's when I do the Etsy stuff later in the evening. And then sometimes I'll play video games. I do tournaments and I play video games sometimes for money. There's these little internet, these little freaking websites that you can do, and you put a little money in, and then you win some money. So sometimes it's just making an extra $100 just playing video games in the evening, and then usually about midnight to 1, I go to bed and I wake up at 5 and I do it again.
Wow.
So when people are like, they're like, "Oh, hey, if you're busy," and I'm like,
okay, so the
yeah.
podcast is over for 9 or 10 for you. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I forget.
Yeah.
I'm
So
from right now.
Yeah, for me, that's usually when it gets done. So usually I try to get done about 8, which would be on the East Coast. It's a little bit later. So
Right. I got you.
Well, yeah.
All right, so that sounds doable, but it's still a lot. You're doing
a lot. And on top of that, there's still 40 to 60 people I message on average daily. I found that out through T-Mobile. They basically, that's what they stated. Yeah, he was like, "It's a good thing you're on that unlimited." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You use a lot of data." And I'm like, "I don't, yeah, okay. I don't, what do you mean?" He goes, "Well, he goes, you can see a lot of this stuff." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, let me check that. So there's like this little pattern that goes for like messengers and things. So you're sending messages and things like that. And every time you send it, sends a little link. So he goes, "So between text messages and those, when we add that up," he goes, your messages, a single message to different people, I'm at like 12,000 a month.
12,000 what?
Average messages, and an average between 40 to 60 people per day, different people. That's how many messages, single messages, go out, not coming in. Me messaging going out, and then those people. So when people ask me, "How many people do you talk to in a day?" I'm like, I don't know, like 40, 50 people. Like on an average, different people. I wake up in the morning, usually it's like 35, but it's random. Here's a job. Do I need this? Something off a marketplace. Something about the Etsy. How about this from the podcast? Hey, by the way, hey, what about this? What are you doing now? Checking in on you. Like it could be anything, but I'll respond and I get to people and I do my best to kind of keep that alive, So it gets tough. So when I tell people, I said, if I respond to you within 10 to 15 minutes, that's good. Because sometimes I don't get to those Rolodex down the list on randomness. But it's
Jessica.
hard. It's overwhelming. Jessica, how the hell you doing? Jessica needs a vacation. I know Jessica needs a vacation, right, Jessica?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, there's Rain. How you doing, Rain? Hi, my peeps. I forgot because I'm still technically working. I love when she joins the podcast or plays World of Warcraft while she's working. I love that. I do the same shit though. Sometimes I'm on a call, like on a Teams call, and I'm like, I'll just play some video games for a little bit, work on my Etsy stuff. They're like, "Oh, hey, so what are you doing?" I'm like, "I just send some emails out." Let me send an email so it's not a lie. But this time of year though, like when it comes to like work, it's usually slower on the other stuff because I'm a personal mover for one of my jobs. So like if it's a 1 to 2 bedroom apartment or a single family home, I can do a full move in a day from getting all your stuff, putting it on a moving truck, drive the moving truck to the new place, and then unload everything by myself, including refrigerators, couches, desks, whatever. I have a strap unit that I use that I can lift it up and it goes around the end and I can pull back like this and
You guys are very similar. You're Mr. I'll do everything myself. I don't care what you mold the house, he'll build a house.
Right? That I always joked around that. I said, one day I'll build my own house. And they're like, "You know how to do that?" And I'm like, I've literally worked in every avenue that could build my own house. Like I just the randomness about doing stuff. Like somebody goes, "Well, what about like roofing?" I was like, I used to sell it and used to sling shingles. I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to install it. They're like, "What about framework?" I'm like, used to do that. Worked in concrete for about 5 years. I'm like, I followed an electrician and a plumber as an apprentice. Just wasn't for me. Went back into sales. It was just like, but you learn and you move on. Yeah. And when people say that, they're like, "Oh, it looks bad when you have a bunch of jobs." I said, "No, it looks like I know what I'm doing everywhere." That's what it looks like I'm doing, right?
You don't unlearn the trades. It's not like the information goes someplace.
And if you're there for like a year while you have another job, now you're learning too. So like I bartended during these times and you just learn how to do stuff, right? And Steve, like, absolutely. like he was saying, you probably do the same thing, right? Where you're just like, I can do that. Look over there.
Yeah, but like the 150 emails a day sounds terrible to me. Swinging the hammer is perfect.
Right, exactly. Well, see, that's when the peace comes in, because then after my day, when I go to the other job, it's like totally different. Like if I'm picking up a couch, I'm like, oh, nobody's talking to me. I put it on my shoulder and walk it in, walk it out the door or something,
Nobody's
right?
bothering me. Nobody's emailing me. Nobody's
Right. And then
texting
somebody
me.
usually will come over and they'll be like, is there anything I can do to help? And I always tell them, anything small. I don't lift things that are small. You got clothes, you got a little box, you got whatever. If it's heavy or bulky or in a box, right, I'll lift it. That's it. But if it's outside of that,
stay
I'm
out of my way.
take it. Yeah,
Right.
I'm not slowing
stairs.
down. I'm gonna do it. If you wanted to get to the new place, you might want to take those 15 hangers that are laying on the ground.
Yep.
But no,
You
I
move
do
the
that.
lamps,
And then,
I got the rest.
yeah, exactly. And then the other side of it is DIY stuff. Like I'll make stuff, build stuff for people, but also like put together a desk or like a table, or desk, or like a bed frame, or move appliances in the house and then install them because they were in the garage and it's an old lady, she can't do it. So that kind of word of mouth stuff is the stuff I do. Hey, do you still do this? Whenever somebody asks me, do you still do this? Yes, I still bartend. Yes, I still do that. Yes, I still make that. Yes, I still lift that. Yes, I still create that. Yeah. And how much do you charge? I don't know. Let's see what's going on. And because if the person can't afford it, I'm not going to be like 400. But if somebody's got money, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's $1,000 to do this move. It'll take me 4 hours, but it's $1,000. And they're like, oh, really? That's all? And I'm like, yeah, see, that's what I like to hear.
I mean,
that's all?
1,200.
The other people charged what said 2,000. I'm like, yeah, it's because they got like 2 or 3 guys. They're like, can you do this by yourself? And I'm like, yeah, just wait till you see me. And then I show up at 6'5", 300 pounds. They're like, oh, yeah, you could do this. Like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, see, now they look at me. I'm 5'10" and 160 pounds. Then they're like, you're going to move that?
And you're like, yes.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Kim, how you doing, Kim? I love when Kim
Hi,
calls us kids. You're just slightly older than us, Kim. Trace, what is happening, brother?
Than us.
What's up?
I say I don't feel like anybody's older than us these days.
I don't either sometimes.
These days, I feel like I'm the oldest person I know, even though I know other people have more years on me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain whatever's going on up here. I just feel like Indiana Jones. It's not the years, it's the mileage.
It's not the years, it's the mileage. Exactly. I can't wait. Did I show you that coin? Oh, did you just said that, didn't you? Oh shit.
Steve and I say it all the time because it's that we've been old souls since we were kids.
Are you okay?
Together.
Okay.
We met when I was 16 and he was 17. That's how long we've been friends. 30 years.
Wait, really quick. Judith. What is up, Judith? Out and about. So
Hi, Judith.
Can't stay, but sending love. Love you, Judith. Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks as well. So let me show you this. Fuck, that's so funny that you just said that. I'm gonna pull this up really quick because I just put it on my computer. As I'm looking, I'm like, which screen is it on? Where am I looking at right now?
How many screens you got going on there?
Just one, but it's the like somebody gave me a free curved like big one. Fancy. So then I'm like, where am I looking at?
Do you game on that too? Is that where you have all that?
I would like to. I haven't actually started doing it because I still have my Xbox, so I kind of just do that for right now. But I do really need to.
That. I'm still an Xbox guy too. In fact, I gave my PlayStation away. Yeah, because I would never played it.
See, and I ended up buying the PlayStations just to own them. So now I have the last 3 in boxes unopened because I get them just to own every console. I'm missing only 3 consoles up until this moment, like only 3 of the main consoles, and that's it. I have a storage unit full of video games, and I have like from the old Telecom to the old Pong to the old everything, right? All the Ataris, the Famicons, the Commodore 64s. I got the Odyssey. Yeah, so like a lot of those, everybody's like, "You got these?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, they're still mine. I still have them." Okay, here it is. Okay, let me send this to myself so I can bring it up on the screen. All right, here we go.
How's the ribs turn out?
You are gonna love this, and I love that you just said that too.
Ribs are delicious.
Oh, good. All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna go drive some kids behind a golf cart on a sled.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
I'm on my way. Are you kidding me?
Right?
Yeah. Get some.
That sounds like that sounds we used to do it behind a Toyota in the mountains. I just was like, no tree.
Right? Yeah. No tree.
Yeah, we would just my friends and I, like my stepdad, coming around a corner, and we're like, oh no, and you turn, and then you just have to dip and let go. My stepdad would be just laughing his ass off. Like I knew they wouldn't do it. I'm like, we're not gonna hit a fucking tree.
Oh, yeah. I can only go about 13 miles an hour, so I can only hurt them so bad. I mean, they're in their 20s. They got to learn something.
Oh, hey, that's okay. If they're in their 20s, they got insurance, right?
Well, yes.
He's like, well, dude, Steve, we gotta have you on another time. If you ever get a chance, on a Friday night, we do one called a No Fucking Filter Friday Night. Anything goes. We talk about all kinds of shit. Usually,
Excellent.
the majority of people have some drinks. We just hang out, and it just gets crazy. The conversations, it's like rabbit hole over and over again.
We'll be doing it this Friday.
Excellent.
Exactly.
I'll be warmer on Friday.
Nice. Perfect. Oh, here we go. It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage.
And if you look, there's the top of the staff of Raw, and then it's got the snakes in the background, right? And then the cool thing about this is the gold on this, and on where is it at? This is the other side. Oh, right.
Nice.
So it's next year is the 45th anniversary. Idol. So you know the size of my coins, right, Jay? You know the Goonies coins.
Do I?
Well, the total is 3 millimeters thickness of the coin edge, and then the lift is usually about another 1.5 millimeters or so to maybe 2 millimeters, like the thickness of the coin, the raised part. This coin is the same thickness as like the Goonies house coin. My coin's 3 millimeters, but the total is 9 millimeters. So the idol raises up off the top of it a lot more. And the cool thing is the all the gold that you see is actually 24 karat gold plated.
Oh my god!
For these new coins. So yeah. So and the place that's doing it, they did my Back to the Future coin as well. Which also I have a Back to the Future coin for you when I either see you or when you get back home.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Trust me, I got two then for you. Hell yeah. Steve's like, yeah, thank you. You're the best.
I appreciate it.
Steve, are you a Goonies and a Back to the Future fan?
Are you kidding me?
Okay, just double checking.
Like, look who I grew up with.
Right?
I mean, that's who I grew up with. That guy right there.
Fuck yeah. Okay, good. Well, then I got well, this one, fuck, I should be. My goal was to get it by next week, so we'll see if it's able. But they're having some issues with shipping.
Can I ask a quick question before Steve goes?
Yeah.
I've never asked you this before, but like growing up with me, being a massive Back to the Future fan, Ghostbusters fan, Goonies fan, what has it been like to watch me then build and own a couple Ectos, build and own a couple DeLoreans, time machines, hang out with the Goonies up at the Goonies house like it's no thing. Like, what is that like after 30 years ago? I grew up loving that stuff.
I knew it back then. And it impressed me back then. And now I'm just
when I would draw pictures and stuff?
Oh yeah, well, when you did your little show, when you pulled out the VCR tapes and showed us the stuff from the high school show.
He's like, I knew it then.
Yeah.
So, right, because I'm talking about the movie stuff, but you're watching me. I was doing the little kids show, and then now I'm doing the talk show now. Oh, that's funny. So it's the same thing. But so what is it? So you just always knew? It's not even surprising to you?
Kind of like how you know my stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? You believe in my right, and that's vice versa.
Weird. I can't believe we've never had that conversation. That's wild. Well, thanks.
After as many long conversations as you guys have, you never had this conversation?
We have a lot of other shit that goes on in between, I think.
We're usually helping each other with the now, not 30 years ago.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Trying to get through today, you know.
Yeah, that old stuff kind of makes sense. This new stuff is a pain in the ass.
Right.
Kind of. Wow, that's cool though. That's very nice to hear. In my mind, it was like I thought you were going to say, "Oh, it's surreal because you used to draw pictures and then you were driving around in the car." But you're like, "No, I always expected it."
Yeah, it was kind of just an expectation. That's what I knew who you were. You know what I mean?
Like in the yearbook,
we were
I would have been most likely to continue this nerddom.
And you have.
So I love when my friends say, "I'm glad you finally let that side of you out, because I hid it for so many years because I got picked on in high school and like junior high and stuff too. Like for certain things you get picked on. Well, growing up, having like a slur and a stutter when I was in my younger years. So then you when one person bullies you, bullies like to just bully that one person because then they feel like they have a team, right? And so I did D&D when I was a kid. Like I loved all the nerdy stuff. I played video games. I would sit there and just draw by myself. It was like that kid. And then you get older and you're like, look at me, I'm tall and I don't like any of that shit no more. People are like, you still play video games? I'm like, fuck no, I'm too old for that shit. I was like 22. When really every night I was like playing like this in Las Vegas professionally gaming. So, I mean, there's that. And I think nowadays everybody realizes that everybody has a little bit of nerd in them, and now they want to be more of a nerd. Like you got to find more of your people and the more of the things that you like and things like that.
Yes. But what changed? Did the world change? Did podcasting make that happen? The internet? We can all find our little Facebook groups and whatever.
I think Facebook. I think social media. I think it after MySpace and when Facebook kind of became a thing, it was like everybody stays connected and you can show everybody you. So then if somebody does it, then oh, you're doing it, I'll do it. I can do it. Okay, if I do it, oh, you can do it. Oh, you can do it. So
I don't know. That's what I think. In my town, but I'm not the only person in the world.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Kind of like when you get the knowledge, right? You find knowledge by Googling it when before you had to go to the friggin' library. So then you'd have to believe word of mouth. So then it was like, well, are you a trustworthy person, Steve? Are you a trustworthy person, Jay? It's like, well, I'll believe him. And I would say shit like that for like a decade. And people would be like, that's not right. And I'm like, okay, what is? And then they show me and I'm like, fuck. Because then I'm like, okay, there's my new truth. But that sucks. I've been saying that shit wrong the whole time. So it's a little bit easier to like fact check and get that information, which I like, but I also don't like how much people believe flat earth type shit. So, there's that too.
Well, there's that too. But like you believe in yourself more than you used to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's a comfort in that.
Exactly.
And men should be allowed to feel that comfort of that stuff.
Which is one of those
society pushes that away.
Yep.
Was not acceptable when we were younger.
Yep.
Right.
Because you grew up having you're the man. Yeah, exactly. Be a man, right? Like grow up.
Stuff those feelings down.
Yeah, right. What are you crying for? Wipe your tears, shut the fuck up, move the fuck on.
Give me something to cry about.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Now I cry all the time.
Now, exactly.
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm like, oh again, god damn it, why am I so old?
Good luck having a conversation, the two of us, where either one of us or both of us don't cry at some point during it.
Right.
Correct.
And that's I feel like any good conversation needs to end in that, either for a good reason or a bad reason. Like not bad, but like in a therapeutic way, or because you're happy about it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like those good conversations that you have, like I feel like I need to let something out. There's a reason why we're going down this rabbit hole. And if I can't do that with this person, then I'm talking to the wrong person at this time.
Right. Yeah. And I'm talking to the wrong person.
So if I'm talking to the wrong person, you guys have each other and you guys get to do that. And you know that in that moment, there's no feeling about, I wonder what Steve's going to think, or I wonder what Jay's going to think. You just do it because you're already in your mode. Right. And I think that's a lot of people don't have that, but they also don't try to find it.
No, but a lot of people are also jealous about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
don't have it themselves. Yeah.
Yep. That's tough to find. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing.
There's not a conversation that goes by when we don't both say we couldn't do it without the other one and talk about how grateful we are to have the other one, because to get what we both get out of this, you would have to have 30 years with the same therapist, spending $2,500 a week, for the amount of hours or whatever the heck it is. Right. And that's not feasible for most people.
Definitely not feasible.
I get some people, and somebody today said it too as well, but I get some people that have, so when I get kind of in a trance a little bit sometimes, and when somebody's talking about something I'm passionate about, which
great to see you.
The mental health, yep. I know Troy comes in and then he's freaking out, but I got to get his ass. I got to get his ass to come over here. Apparently the weather is going to be changing a little bit, so you don't want to bring out the Fratelli Jeep, but but definitely like coming up springtime and stuff, man. I want to get him out. I want to do some cool pictures with the Fratelli Jeep. I want to do some some fun stuff because I know some people around here that would dress up like the Goonies and have some fun with, little mock up and stuff. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think he cut out.
Oh,
He went
well.
he went all spinny.
He's got fantastic internet in Florida. When he gets back, we'll have him on next time because he's just a fantastic human being.
Oh yeah, dude, and I love that.
He fits in with your vibe.
Right, dude. I was just noticing that we were kind of all three kind of doing this little tick, 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 as we're going around talking. Yeah, I love that. That's what's comfortable about that kind of stuff. But no, somebody today, and this last week too, and I must be on a fucking roll because I think it's 3. But people were like, I should just pay you to be my therapist, and I'm like, well, I do therapy a little different because I kind of throw statements and experiences and things that I'm learning at people. And I don't care if they stick. I don't ask questions to people because I feel that vibe. If you sit here and tell me a story about yourself, how your week's been, your day, and this one thing, I don't need to ask a bunch of questions to go down that road. I have enough experience to kind of already figure it out, like to feel that empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start just kind of here, how about this? How about this? How about this? And then you can kind of feel their reactions. And I feel those reactions and then I play on it. So I'm like, drill sergeant mentality, and all of a sudden there's no response, and it's like, let me get a little kinder and go back and then they start to respond. You're like, okay, that's the road I'm taking. But I don't have to ask those roads. I kind of feel
It's
that
intuitive.
with those people because I care about them. I truly care about these people, and the reason they're coming to me is because they trust me that I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. For one, probably I don't sugarcoat anything, and I also don't have to lie about a bunch of shit to get like my way. I'm not trying to get my way, but like do it my way, and then they do it your way and it doesn't work, and you're like, well, whatever, you're not good enough. Like, that kind of feel you get from certain
I think
people.
the rest of the world is trying to do what you just said, though, so that, you know what I mean? So they're not used to, I come across the same way sometimes where it's disarming because people don't expect a real authentic interaction, which is what you're giving them.
Right.
What you're
exactly.
providing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Steve and I talk about
people don't-
authenticity all the time and how far that goes these days.
and how utterly rare it is. I mean, with a lot of things, because you get more people that like to talk about how honest and how authentic and how this is me and who I am, and then the more you talk to them, they start to break down in like that defense mode, and all of a sudden you realize that you were hiding it. Like that wasn't now this is the real you, but you were the part that you said, I don't lie, and I'm this person, and I'm an alpha, I'm a fucking alpha male, alpha female, or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden they get to a point and they kind of let it all go because all of a sudden they're like, well, these people I'm talking to now don't care. So then you start to figure out who the real person is right there, and you're like, okay, I get that. You are lying. You didn't lie to me, but you're lying to yourself.
Yep.
You're hiding it from yourself.
So they're saying the words. They're not, but the words don't have meaning yet.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's something that you get to at a certain point in life, whether it's age, mileage, experience, whatever it happens to be. A lot of children lie when they're kids, and then sometimes they they don't grow out of that, and then hopefully most of them do.
I had somebody say that to me about my colorblindness, and they go, I thought you were just lying when you were younger. And I'm like, I was like, if I were to pick something to lie about, why would I pick something where I had head trauma and lost vision and then lost the ability to see color as an artist? That would not be the road I would go, because how do you keep that lie up? Like in that moment, like that's the rest of my life kind of lie. That's like saying I lost my arm in war, and then you have to like pull your arm up in your sleeve the whole time.
Tuck it in, tuck it in. I'm like,
that would be so debilitating, right? And I'm like, but I get that. I get that some people are so skeptical and they don't want to believe certain things, right? And I go, here's the thing. You don't see through my eyes. You never lived my life, and you don't have to feel all the shit that I went through. So none of it really matters, whether you believe me or not. It doesn't matter. Let's just start the conversation from here. Like, I don't care where you came from. I'm just I don't need to go, what happened? You were beat up when you were younger? I don't hang out with weak people. Fuck you. I'm out. Like, life is life. And you just got to move on from that moment. The past is the past, right? And so I think sometimes people are afraid of that, and they use the past to not blame, but to excuse why they aren't moving forward today. And that was one of the conversations I had today about it. Was I said, you're you're talking to somebody who has a past that most people cry about when they hear about. And I said, but I don't use that to make people cry, and I don't use that to excuse where I'm at. In my life, moving forward means not looking back, right? But you don't forget that past. You move forward because of it. And I like to say, you're running from your past. You need to run away from it because you can't get sucked back into it, right? You don't want to be back there. So move forward, take a step forward. But if you just stand there, now you're not moving forward, and you're feeling the past because it catches up to you. Now you're just stuck. You're stuck between it, right? Yeah. And that's a horrible feeling to feel. You're stuck between loss. You're stuck between life. You're stuck between job. And then you can't
no more
move forward. I
helpless
can't
feeling.
change. I can't do this. I can't heal. Yeah.
He saw me in that for 6 to 12 months after, of this past year, and was delicately constantly trying to tell me what you just said. Sometimes you can't hear it, so you need your best friend over there to be like, so here's the thing, everything you're saying, yes, but also you do need to get up and start your life again at some point. No one's pushing you, no one's forcing you, but it's important.
Right.
Well,
and
when
it was
you're
painful to say that to somebody I love so much.
Yeah, right. But then
Yeah,
again,
it couldn't have been easy. Exactly.
Jay, can you think of anybody else that you would have heard that from beside Steve? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I probably didn't hear it from him the first 6 times he said it.
True.
So that's another
right?
thing. We're so honest with each other because we both want to be better every single phone call, let alone every day. That like we're both so intent on getting better that we both listen to what the other one has to say as consciously as we can.
As consciously as we can.
There are days where we're so caught up in our shit, and we both know this about each other from experience now, where we're so caught up in our shit where we don't even know that we're not taking in the information. We're both just cross-talking, and nothing's landing in the right way like it should when we're both on the same vibe, And I feel like some of those days in the beginning were less productive because of the miss, right? You didn't sink my battleship. These days, whenever there's one of those days, we're usually both aware of it, even though we don't know what or why caused it. It gives us enough wherewithal to be like, that's one of those days. Let's both go do our thing separately, but we're both going to be thinking about what the hell happened, because something in there is the thing, the nugget that we both need to work on.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with each other.
Nope.
It's just a coincidence that these two guys are always, throughout our entire lives, dealing with completely opposite problems simultaneously with the exact same lesson our entire lives.
Right.
Same feeling inside.
So we end up helping each other with our shit because we have the opposite perspectives.
Which is great too, because I have had those friends where it's almost like they follow me into the idea, but then don't have a new idea to keep creating it. So then they end up just being like, they're tagging along. And then I feel like I'm like responsible. And then when it gets to the end and something essentially, let's say, doesn't work out or something like that, then you're the one that has to fix it because nobody's there, like a teammate, right? Having a friend, having a best friend, to me is like having a life partner or like a wife or a husband. It's like you need that warrior that's going to stand next to you, and they're going to fight with you. They're not going to stand behind you and be like, all right, thanks for holding that shield up, and I really appreciate you swinging that sword and axe. It's like, the fuck is going on? Why are you standing back there? Like, move forward.
There's only one person who never puts up with my bullshit when I stick out my bullshit.
Hi, that's me.
He's like, hi, my name's Jay Ryan, and I'm that guy.
But we're both so good at it at this point after so many years that we're like, right, totally understand that, but also this thing.
But right here, and here's that other thing. Shauna says, I like what you said.
Like, no, stupid. Like, it's always like, yes, totally. It makes sense that you feel that way, but I don't know that you're seeing it from this angle or whatever.
Right. And you got to have that different perspective as well. Shauna said, I like what you said. It doesn't matter where you come from. I've always hated the icebreaker question. What do you do for a living? I'm like, okay, let's judge each other. Now I'm afraid to tell people what I do for a living.
Awesome.
I still do that to this day. I sometimes don't know. I remember when I used to be an operator. I used to run backhoe, and I used to drive dump truck, and I used to get into a ditch, and I used to friggin' get that shovel. And then what would I do? Right. You put some pipe in there, put some gas work, put some friggin', some fiber optics. And then You fill it all up, you sweep stuff in, you put a little bit of friggin' asphalt, you tap it down, and you look at it and you're like, oh shit, it's done, right? We're done. We're done. Next job. So people would ask me, what do you do? And I'd be like, oh, I'm running the fiber optic system through the joint bases and McCorden Air Force Base and stuff. And they're like, you're what? I go, I make a mess and I clean it up. And they go, you make a mess and clean it up? I go, yes. I literally dig holes in the ground. I put dirt everywhere. And then me and a couple other guys start sweeping the dirt back into the ground. And then we tap it shut with some fucking road. And that's it. And they're like, so you just make a mess and clean it up? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, that's all you do? I'm like, yeah, that's all I do. That's all. We don't really even do anything else. That's it. We don't even know why we're doing it.
My buddy here's been a contractor. My buddy here has been a contractor for 30 years. He says, I swing a hammer for a living.
Exactly.
I don't
right?
say that anymore.
No, we got you off that habit.
Genius with a nail gun.
Right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he switched it up.
So much. I do love all my DeWalt tools. I worked at a construction supply company, and right before I left, I was like, "Huh, we running a deal?" They're like, no Milwaukee, no McKee. Okay, yeah, DeWalt's got a deal. I was like, what's that deal? They're like, you buy 2 bare tools, you get 2 free batteries, plus you get these 2 bags, plus you get these extra chargers, and then you get a discount if you buy 4. I'm like, all right. So I spent like $5,400 total, but it went down to like $1,300 total. And I was like, and by the way, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. Thanks for the discount.
That's what I was going to say.
See, I don't
Steve and I
understand
talked.
2 weeks. I've never worked for anybody other than myself and my wife.
That's money. That's fucking money right there.
But I love that you're DeWalt because he's not, because he says, they're too expensive. But I have only ever done the bundle deals too. So it's always so cheap when you bundle all the shit together.
Right. I love Brad. Hi, my name's Brad, and I clean toilets, which he does so much more than that. But it's funny, like, right? Like, this is me. And by the way, David, I didn't miss you. How are you doing? How's your 119-pound baby?
What?
I keep joking. They had a big baby, and so every week when he comes in, I just add more pounds to the baby. Last week was 37 pounds. Now it's 119.
That's good. I do that with Dave Knight
what,
at the Oregon Film Museum.
Right. Awesome, buddy.
What you did,
I've worked at the gold mines, driving a big 400-ton. Let's see how trucks for the last 20 years. And my first 2 years at my job, I thought I was all that, and then as time goes on, I'm like, I just drive a dump truck and I haul rich dirt from one place to another. Right? Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
As we get older, we realize what we're actually doing. When we were younger, we thought we had the world.
Yeah. Right.
Look how special and important I am.
Yep.
Remember when you used to play in a sandbox and with those toys and people, I'd be like, I do that now, just it's way taller. That's about as far as I get.
Dude, I loved all those Tonka toys that you could they would all manipulate. Oh, God,
yeah. We have my kids went to it. I kind of wish that they were younger again so I could play on them, but they have these. They're basically like these, you sit on them like a backhoe, but there's like 4 levers that you grab and you can like dig the dirt. I would literally dig a hole perfectly clean, and then I would move the dirt, and then I would pack it, and then I would move it back into the thing. My kids would be playing on like everything else. They come over. Can we go now? I'm hungry. And I'm like, you're good. It's been about an hour since you ate. You're not going to die. Let your dad play in the sandbox really quick.
Yep.
This is the same as raking one of those Japanese gardens. It's just like meditation up in your brain. Dude, he's the same way. Whenever he gets like inside and does like finish work or whatever, he's like, everyone leave me alone, and I'm just gonna live in my happy place.
My thing was sanding and vacuuming it up. I would love to sand stuff and make this mess around the table. Had this little sanding table, and everything was good. And all of a sudden, I was like, okay, now it's the fun part. Get the shot back out, and I'd be like, nice, perfect lines, vacuuming up all this sawdust, right?
Yep.
You get one of my kids come over, I'm like, you motherfucker.
What you just described is how I shoveled the driveway today. There was not a speck of snow where I shoveled because I wouldn't be okay with that.
Like the perfect snow path, right?
Yeah. But it's a big driveway.
I shoveled snow one time, and it was so icy out here in Washington. It snowed for like a week, right? But it was like all of a sudden it got to that point to where it just melted. And the next day it dropped to like 15 degrees, right? Oh, I think I got a feedback.
Yeah, I'm never shoveling snow again. There's no way.
Well, I used I used a torch. I used a propane torch. I just kind of torched the ground and let it melt a little bit, and everybody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm shoveling snow, I think." I'm like, "This is fun," or I'm melting it. Driveway's nice.
But as it gets cold, doesn't it refreeze to ice?
Yeah, but not the way I did it. I just kept on doing it. It was an all day friggin' 3 propane tanks. I'm like, what else am I gonna do today? Kids are off. They're inside playing video games. I'm just torching the snow. I got it to a point though. It was I put some of the de-icer on it at the very end, and it was fine. But yeah, it was fun. Brad polishes thrones. See, that sounds way better.
That's funny, Shauna. I hear the feedback too, but it might.
Yeah, I think that's Steve. I just muted him. And let's see. Hold on. Hello.
Because cowboy hat.
Oh, Steve, you might need to turn down your ultimate master volume on your phone. That might be.
You know what? He had his
This thing works
earbuds
better
in
on
before,
an
and he doesn't
island than
now.
it does in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
Trey,
track
so
some
Steve.
snow too. So
Well, have
Say
fun
that
on
one more
the.
It's a great conversation.
Hell yeah.
Thank
Love
you
you.
for letting me in. Love you guys.
And you definitely got to come in for some No Fucking Filter Friday, brother.
Yeah, see you Friday. Dustin, we've got quite a
Sounds
week here
good.
because you're going to be.
I know. Hell
I
yeah,
love
brother.
you, buddy. See you soon. Love to the girls. And Dan.
Thank you, brother. Love you.
Bye. He's
Bye.
got 2 daughters, and one of the daughters' boyfriends with them, and his wife, obviously, in Pennsylvania. But I just realized we've got a hell of a week here because you're a guest on
Tonight?
Blockbuster Year on Wednesday,
Wednesday,
and then
right?
I'm
watching the
planning on
movie
coming back
tomorrow
with you
night.
on Friday.
Yeah, I'm watching the movie tomorrow night. I found it. It's on Amazon. It's like a $2.49 rental, so I'm just gonna rent that and watch it.
Nice.
And then
It was $4.99 on Apple TV, so I bought it even though I know I'll never watch it again.
right? I know it was on sale to buy for 11, and I was like, 11? I'm like, is it to rent? And I started looking. I'm like, $2.49 done. HD done.
Dude, if
Here
it
we
was
go.
on Tubi or something, I would have done that. But it was Apple
Yeah.
TV $4.99. So
Well, and then people, I know that Kelly said I could use her Disney, but I was just like, man, this is just instead of trying to do the account and back, I'm like $2.49. I'll just rent it really quick on my Amazon and be able to watch it. But then I can watch it on my phone. I'm gonna do it while I work. I got to drive, so I just put it on my dash and I'll just watch it while I'm working.
You're so funny. I do it the day of, and I try to do it right before the podcast if I can, schedule wise, just because otherwise, I these days I'm so old and there's so much going on in life that I forget the moment it's done.
Especially the
all the
movies that
notes,
you
which
don't watch
helps, but-
all the time. You know, these aren't movies that you go back and rewatch it. You can be like, oh yeah, this and this, and you remember it all. But when you watch it for the first time, there's rarely, if it's not in a movie theater, I rarely watch movies for the first time anymore. I'm like,
Right.
oh, I think I saw that 3 years ago. Let me watch that again, right? But other than that, it's
100%.
hard to find something. Yeah.
I'm old. I need guaranteed good at this point in my life. Like I can't deal with I wasted 2 hours on a shitty movie.
I used to just go for the Tuesday matinees for like $5 and just go watch movies by myself during the day on my lunch break. I love doing that, but then after a while, I was like, there was too many fucking shit movies that I would go see, and I'm like,
That's
just
true.
wasting
That
my
is
day.
true.
Yeah.
When I first moved to LA, I did the exact same thing up at Universal Odeon, the Universal Studios City Walk movie theaters, and they used to put on the giant marquee of 18 screens or whatever, they would have, the name of the movie and then all of the different times that the movies played, and then also it included the runtime. So I would just kind of stand there and do the math, and I would figure out 2 or 3 that I could piggyback together, buy the first movie, go inside and spend the day at Universal Odeon.
Fuck yeah.
And then obviously I was, that was not 100% honest. So my way of working around that was that I would buy more food between each viewing. So like I'd buy a hot dog for the first movie, and I'd buy a pepperoni pizza for the second movie, and I'd get another Coke instead of refilling my Coke. I'd buy another one. You know what I mean? Like it was so stupid. It probably balanced out, but
right, exactly.
In a weird way, I felt like I was getting away with something. I was also, 20 years old or whatever.
That's freaking awesome.
That's
bro.
fond memories, though. I haven't done that since then. And I would go see like 3 movies a day.
Oh man,
Didn't know anybody in town,
Yeah, I used to do that when I worked in Las Vegas. I used to do that. I would go there and I didn't know what to do during the day, sometimes bartending in the evenings, but I'm not a sleeper, so I couldn't just sleep in forever. So I would just go see a bunch of movies and stuff. But man, I've seen so many friggin' movies. I think at one point, I think I had like over 12,000 movies on a hard drive, and I had watched them all, like all of them.
Wow.
Like it was just like movie. I in the background, whatever. Maybe not super pay attention to them all, but like if it was a movie, I could be like, oh yeah, remember this and this and this guy was in this, and somebody go,
Wow.
how do you remember that? And I was like, I just love fucking movies, man. I always wanted to be an actor, so for me, it was just like the next best thing was just being in these movies with them, you know, while they're acting and I'm watching it like we're here together. I am Gladiator, you know, that kind of feeling. I love Shauna. If I describe my main job, it would be to say I fist people in the ass and inflict pain. Then I charge their medical insurance.
Shauna is Shauna a proctologist?
I don't know. Are you just in the medical field, Shauna, or are you really getting after it? Shauna's going to be there for New Year's.
She quoted what she does there. I'm guessing she's a, you know, maybe she's a, she could be a scope doctor.
Wait, was this deep tissue massage therapist treating sciatica? Oh,
there you go.
That makes sense. I just saw that at the bottom. That's hilarious. Can't wait, Kelly, till the new movie comes out.
I get it.
Gremlins.
People in the I get it.
Right?
Like kneading. I get
Kneading,
it.
getting that deep tissue.
I thought it
in
was
there.
some other kind of thing.
Get a little butt. I know. So did I.
You're gonna use the whole fist, Doc?
Yeah, right. Let's see.
You know, the Gremlins thing. Are other people really excited about the Gremlins thing? Because I don't think I am. I think Beetlejuice turned me off to too late sequels.
I think it's I always have to kind of go back to certain I mean, I don't know. I'm so worried about the Goonies that I think that the Gremlins is kind of freaking me out because if it ends up being bad, you know, like it's not a remake, it's a second one. But then I'm thinking, could they go wrong if they use more of like a CGI golem kind of feel? Like if it would feel more real, would that be wrong? Or if they left it more puppetry, I think that would still not be wrong. Like, you know, it would feel like the 80s again type of feel, you know, like but
I don't know how
they
you
go
make
dark.
So this
Like,
what
really
you're talking about was my argument with the Beetlejuice movie. It was like all this modern stuff when the truth is what worked about the old one was the claymation and all the, you know, the stop motion and all the other stuff.
The sandworms.
I don't know, man.
I
would have to see. Save that guy for later. I would have to see puppetry and, like you said, miniatures and things like that. If it's CGI and a big blue screen, I'm out. The story's not that good. It's all about the texture of the little world, you know.
Yeah.
Also, the what's his name's house is gone because they tore down the Warner Ranch. You know, the Gremlins house. The family's house. Zach Galifian. I don't know.
So that's a hard one. Yeah,
feelings.
Did
you like Beetlejuice too?
I don't like the second one. I love Beetlejuice. It was a staple in our household, not just a Halloween type of thing. Like it was a year round for my sister and I. Like I absolutely loved it. I remember doing a watercolor friggin' Beetlejuice. I did this. It was like a drawing Sharpie, and then I was hitting it with watercolors when I was a kid, and I friggin' took that to school. My teacher was like, "Huh, that's pretty good." And I was like, "Yeah, I love movies, right? Like this is fun." But Beetlejuice was but I love Michael Keaton too. He is one of my favorite actors. I think he can do so much. The second Top Gun was awesome. Top Gun. Oh, Top Gun. The Maverick. I think that's one of those ones that gives me hope for things. Maverick adding another movie that makes it feel like a remake meets a sequel. Because they
Top
kind
Gun
of
2 is so good it makes Top Gun 1 better.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's so good as a second part that it makes the first part, like as a cohesive package, even better.
Mm-hmm.
The Iceman stuff, like I looked at the Iceman stuff differently rewatching the first one after seeing the second one. So good.
Right.
Totally agree with Nico.
By the way, I do love that you guys invited me to be able to come on with Dave, and Dave and I are both excited for Real Genius because it's one of my favorite Val Kilmer, another one of those actors is kind of like a Michael Keaton for me, but Real Genius and friggin' just Mad Mardigan from Willow probably is a childhood, like this Iceman, the defiant one. Like I just loved friggin' Val Kilmer, and so that movie. That was fucking. And have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen Real Genius?
Nope. I was just about to say I don't think I've ever seen it, and I didn't appreciate Val Kilmer until the last 10 years. I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is when I was like, holy shit, I love this guy.
For me, it was
He's
for
always
me,
been good. I just didn't really care, you know.
yeah, for me, I loved him. It was my two favorite roles of his was Mad Mardigan and Willow. Right, I love that dynamic between him and Warwick Davis. And then I mean, obviously, you know, you got the foo parts like the Batman. He did not have any place in being Batman, period. Right, so then that kind of messed it up. But then,
Yeah, I never saw that.
yeah, the weird extra like George Clooney's and Val Kilmer's. But for me, it was Doc Holliday and Tombstone.
Oh, I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, he such laid into that role, such an iconic role that they did Doc Holliday 2 more times and people copied him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, I think that
mm.
he made that movie. I think the movie was a good
Oh, I agree
movie, a
with
solid
that.
movie,
He was
but
the strongest part
without
of the movie, definitely.
without him, yeah, I don't think it would have done that. And then I like The Doors as well. So like, you know,
Doors didn't do it for me, but I haven't seen it
yeah,
as an adult. I was too young when it came
right.
out, so I should see that again.
Yeah, and but different. Just for me, it's how well he plays.
Whiskey's drinking the top gin. Whiskey. Whitney. God damn it, I did it too.
Whiskey. She said top gin. That makes me want to fucking drink. I tell you.
She wrote top gin last time. That's funny.
Michael Keaton is a guy.
Michael Keaton is pretty spectacular. I had a chance to meet and talk to him once.
Oh God, dude! I knew you were gonna fucking say that. He's one of those guys that I've wanted to meet so fucking bad.
This was so brief, and it had nothing to do with Hollywood. My friend owned a bar in Santa Monica, a live music venue, and his son is a musician and was playing there that night at like a showcase kind of thing. And there were not many people there. And Michael Keaton came in and sat next to me at the bar. I was filling seats. I was like helping my friend with the place, but like it was pretty empty, literally sitting at the bar. And he sat next to me and asked for a wine list. And I was like, they don't have a wine list, but that one over there is pretty good. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And then we just started talking about his son, Zach, who was the next one up. And I was like, oh, I can't wait. I'm very excited about that. Whatever. We didn't talk about Batman or Hollywood or anything.
Just, it was just a moment,
he was
right?
just fucking rad. And I was like, oh, shit. He's like a little guy.
He is. Isn't he like 5'8" or 5'? Isn't he like 5'8" or 5'9" or something?
Maybe 5'9", but I'm 6'2". So,
yeah.
Sitting on the stool next to him was like he was standing and I was sitting and we were the same height.
I always find that funny too if you meet somebody or see somebody or whatever, and I like to put it in comparison because of being my height. So when I see somebody like in a role, when somebody's like, "Oh my God, that guy's like super big," compared to everybody else, and then it's funny to think like he's 100 pounds less than me and he's 3 inches shorter, but to everybody else in that role, he's massive, and
yes.
And like that's like in The Walking Dead, it's Michael Cudlitz. Who also played in the new series of the Lois and Clark or whatever, the Superman. He plays Lex Luthor. Let's see, he's been in a bunch of different. He was in like 90210 and stuff. But he was tall. He was big. Like he was like everybody came up to his eyes or shorter to his shoulders. Women came up to his chest. And then when I met him, like I'm like a head taller than him.
Right.
So I was like, wait a minute. Like then I had to start looking at his roles and I'm like, he played the big guy in this. He was the big guy in that. I was like, this is fucking nuts, right? And you realize how short Hollywood really is.
There is that. And we all associate the camera as our view whenever we're watching something. Yes. So like, correct. So we just associate, like when you see a camera, you're like, oh, well, that's my 6'5" eyes are seeing that camera. The truth is Hollywood is often using a very low camera.
Right.
Sometimes it's only a foot or two off the ground looking up. And that's how you get Tom Cruise looking like you in a movie when he's, exactly. 5'7" or whatever he really
Which I'll tell you this, him as Reacher was just the dumbest friggin' move that I just thought, but Alan friggin', what is it? Richterman or something like that, who plays him now, or whatever. He's like 6'3", 250 or something, just yoked. And I'm like, that's what you need. You need to start putting people in roles that at least can fit that size. Don't make the role about them. I think sometimes that's, I mean, I get it. It's hard. It's Hollywood. You want that somebody that's famous and you don't care if they're 4'8" or 6'11". That's the person, But
there's ebbs and flows to all of this. You know what I mean? Julie Andrews is famous for playing a boy.
Yeah, so yeah, there's just certain roles that I think you got to like. Okay, let's find that role, and then let's see if they can act. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's at least get that far, right? Um.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do. It's just so
thank you,
different than
bud.
it used to be, where
Mhm.
like actors, their job was to play something outside themselves.
Themselves.
And nowadays that's sort of like considered, appropriation or whatever. Like now you're supposed to hire a gay person for a gay role or a woman for a woman role or, whatever it happens
Right,
to
yeah.
be, whatever the but I think of God, one of the most famous movies ever is Breakfast at Tiffany's, and there is some goddamn unacceptable fucking shit in that movie.
There is.
By today's standards.
I love going back to some movies and being like, I love this movie because it's so unacceptable. Like it makes me that's the nostalgia for me is like I remember when this could what was it, Soul Man? When he did blackface in like the worst fucking way possible. I was like, in that I'm like, you couldn't get anywhere close to that now, right? Like you couldn't
and then
and
then you get the inverse, which is like white chicks, where they were like, "Well, fuck you. We're just gonna." The Wayans are like, "We're just gonna be white blondes for this one,
right?
White blonde women for this one."
Charles, thank you. This is the real life friggin' treasure man right here. He hides treasures all over the friggin' United States. I mean, we're talking millions, and puts this together. I'm gonna have him on the show. I'm going to talk to him and I'm going to have him come on. Daryl and I met him up at the Goonies house. We were cleaning the Goonies house and got a chance to meet him and his wife, and just a great conversation for probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And
I know I was talking to James Connolly about all those carefully placed cobwebs and everything that they did to be screen accurate to the movie. And then I was watching you and Daryl just swiffer them all off like it was no thing.
I know. Damon's like, Daryl, I think you got it all. And I'm like, Daryl and I are doing the least amount of possible work and doing it really slow just to stay at the Goonies house, be up on the porch, Richard Donner bench. Might be off topic. I just got here. You're getting darn skinny since I saw you. That's right. Because when I saw you, I was 330 pounds. That was the weekend. That was right before the Halloween. That was Halloween weekend or whatever, right? So it's been about a month and a half now, and I went from 300. I was 331 then, and I'm at 291 now. So I've lost 40 pounds in about 6 weeks.
So basically, almost your entire fast so far. Like that was the last time you saw you, like just over a month or so ago.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. Yeah, about a week later, I started doing my fast. So yeah.
There you go.
Now 36 days.
So he's like, you look skinny, and you're like, I haven't had any food since I saw you a month and a half ago. That's why.
Right? Fuck tall and 5'9" being short. How tall are you,
sorry,
Brad?
Brad Tyndall. No. I'm not saying that he. No, I just mean like when I was a kid, he was Batman.
Yeah.
So in my mind, you
always
flying
think he's
from building to building and driving that car. And you're right, because in the car. My friend owns the car. I think you know that. My partner owns one of the Keaton Batmobiles, screen used. And when they closed the canopy the first time, it chopped the ears on the suit. So they had to then remove the seat whenever he was driving it. They literally pulled the seat out and he's sitting on the floor.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
And that's not even him. It's just because it's so small in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like just the I looked in. Well, it wasn't me looking into it, but it was a video looking in, and I was like, there's no way I'm driving the fucking Batmobile from '89. Like there, I was like, there's no way. I'm like, yeah, I mean, no, because
in there.
They did it like that's the side, and I was like,
to get your left leg into it because the steering column is fixed. It doesn't move because it's so long.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for me to do, and I'm lanky.
Right, exactly. Because you're what are you
like
about?
Bendy? I'm bendy and flexible.
Because you're 6'2". What are you about? 190, 200?
You're adorable. I'm 170 wet. I mean, I might be 175 now, but no, I'm there's not much to me, unfortunately. I've withered away.
Well, we're gonna get some of that back on when I see you. We're eating some fucking burgers and steaks, and if you don't want it, I'll eat it because I need it.
Yeah, I've got some unhealthy weight on me now because of the cookies, like I said. But I'm also the kind of person I'll put on 5 pounds in a week and I'll take it off the next week. It's no big deal.
Right. I usually put on 5 pounds and then I go, that was fun. Let's do that again. And then I put on another 5 pounds and another 5 pounds.
You're right.
You got that on me, bud. Clean the toilets at the Goonies house. You got that on me. Because Brad's got to spend a lot of time in the Goonies house, like with Sandy and stuff like that, like staying the night there.
I just became friends with Brad online, but I don't know who Brad is.
Brad is the fifth Goonie. Have you ever? You'll see a picture of him at the end of the map with the cast minus Jeff Cohen. And
Okay.
for as literally as long as I can remember that photo being around, which I feel like is a friggin' decade, but it might be less than that. But I used to have to argue with people to tell them that is not Jeff Cohen. And people thought that Brad in that was Jeff Cohen. And then they would put the picture, and then there was a comparison like the Goonies cast now. And I'm like, that's not the dude. Like,
so funny.
that's a fan. And then I finally got a chance to actually meet Brad. And it's just, I loved it. Then at that point, now I tell everybody that's actually, I was like, yeah, that's actually Chunk now. That's
so
actually
funny.
him.
Dude, I can't believe I'm doing this again, name dropping this shit. But like, I think I told you that like Jeff Cohen used to be, my wife and I used to own an entertainment company. She did PR and I did production. And Jeff Cohen and his firm were, him specifically, but his firm was our entertainment attorney.
Oh, that's freaking
I breathe
awesome.
and I gained 5 pounds.
Right. Yeah. Right. Whitney. Aren't Whitney? How tall are you? I think Whitney's. I thought Whitney was tall. Maybe not. See, it's hard because I don't. If you're not standing next to somebody,
have you met Whitney in person?
No, I haven't met Whitney in person yet. I know Brad in person. Charles, I met. Shauna, I will. Wait. See, here's the problem. When I was doing the market, I think I met more people than I thought I did because because I was kind of 6'5" head down, like just doing this and stuff. And so then, and I took some pictures with some people's kids, but then also I remember the kids, but then I don't remember the parents being there taking the picture and stuff like that. So some of the people that I did meet, they're like, oh, remember? And then in my head, I'm like, yes, like now I remember you. Like now, you can pull it out of me, but it's hard for me to just, unless I'm like shaking your hand and I'm like, Jay Ryan, Dustin-Johnson, nice to meet you. And then I can say it one more time and I usually remember, but until then, I'm clueless.
Do you remember our group coming through?
Oh, yes.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Because
we spent a deal of time at your table.
Trust me, I remember. And then I remember looking at my Goonies too, because he had one of the guys asked me if I he's like, the other guy has just the case. He goes, do you have the game? And I go, hold on. And I pulled it out and I pulled out the game and then I pulled out the manual for it. And he was like, so then they were like, okay, hold it right there. So then, and I can't remember who it was.
Oh, that must have been Brandon, because Brandon loves that stuff.
It was one of the guys that was with Justin that had a camera.
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh, maybe Robbie Retro, maybe.
Yeah. Well, no, because I met Robbie briefly.
Oh, okay.
But it was somebody else. I can't remember. But that was when the whole group was there. That was when everybody was kind of right there. But no, dude, I had a blast. And I would love, if they do something next year, I would love to be able to be a part of that and bring some stuff and do that. And I'd be like inviting everybody to the booth, just like, come on, just hang out, right? Get some extra chairs, put them out. Let's just hang out. And I'll sell some stuff.
No, it's the opposite. We'll all volunteer and work at your booth and like help you sell shit and just like increase your sales because you'll have multiple lines.
That would be amazing. Oh, by the way, not just the Raiders, but I got some Stand By Me. I got some friggin' Short Circuit coins. I got some more stuff coming. I got a bunch of stuff. I got some ideas for that I'm going to be putting out. They're more of like a fan favorite stuff as opposed to a borderline, let's have movies rights and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have some fun with it and make more of, now that I kind of got it down, I got a good idea about it, but man, I want to enjoy myself because doing that, I missed out on the panel during that day and then breaking it down, and it was a whole day's worth of work. And so if I do it again
to the panel, right?
Yeah. And I had to sell both my friggin' panel ticket because I couldn't friggin' make it because I had to be there. I was like, well, there's no chance that I'm going to leave my booth and have people just running the booth because it was chaotic for me. I'm a big guy, and I was telling people, can you not pick up? Because I had like 6 or 7 coins stolen because people kept picking them up and then they kept pocketing them and walking away. And I realized at that point, I'm like, so I put a sign and I said, please ask to see coin. And then people would ask me and I would pull it out of my pocket and I'd go, here, take a look. And I would know that I was giving it to them. So, it was fun. It was a learning experience. If I did it again, I definitely would. I would have it set up better, but you live and you learn, right? So, but it was still a blast and it was fun. And I love people coming up. Some people even came up to buy stuff from me, and then they brought their friggin' packages, their personalized packages that I gave them, and so they're like, "Dude, I got your packet." They brought them. Like, one guy brought it from New York, the other guy brought it from friggin' Delaware, another guy brought it from
Wow.
friggin' France. The guy that brought it from France bought more shit, but he showed me the package, and he didn't speak much English, and he was like, "Look," and I'm like, "Raphael," I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, bud?" Gave him a hug.
You're like,
Still didn't understand what he said. Yeah, and he was just like, "Yeah, I buy more. I buy more." I was like, "You fucking buy it all. What do you want?" I was like, "Yeah." And so it was just really cool. And he brought me some gifts from France as well. And met him on the beach, and him and his wife, and it was just great, man. That's the part that I loved about it, was the international side of it, that I didn't understand, that people love the Goonies from around the world. I would have never known that if it wasn't for my Etsy and the 40th, you know?
So here's what we need to do.
Oh, Daryl said,
this is all coming to me live.
Daryl said, Adam the Woo.
I have an idea, and
Yeah.
it involves Daryl, so I'm glad he's here. And Brandon and I were already talking about something else about this too, but why don't we somehow, we'll have to figure out how to do this and where it goes and where it lives and whatever, but why don't we join forces and do a live podcast in the theater next year for the thing, in front of the audience, and we'll have guests and stuff too, but we'll do it live, record the whole thing with the audience, and I think it'll be a little more interactive than just what they did last year with they can still have the panels obviously, but like I feel like we might be able to offer something a little different, especially with, like, dude, these days we'll fill the room with all of the fans of the podcasts that we all have,
right? And being able to go out there with a microphone,
they're all part of it. Everybody's on the podcasts,
right, exactly, and have people basically be able to be in the crowd and be able to have somebody go out with a microphone and be able to, they ask questions and be and then have the guests and be able to do, and like you said, interactive, like it's just a big group of people, just we're all hanging out together and having a good.
The 90 minutes would fly by.
Oh yeah, it would. That would be so much fun. Oh my gosh, yes, let's do that. Let's do it. I'm in.
This is the planting of the seed. Let's facilitate that and logistically figure out how to do it, and we'll add that as a feature, as an event for the next thing.
And I got
if people buy tickets, that would be great, because then we can pay for the podcast.
And you know what? Exactly right. And let's get Dave as well to help out with that too, with the Astoria pool, right?
Everybody's helping out with
everybody,
this, yes.
yeah, right. And he'll be able to put us in contact. Event. Actually, now that just I might go down there for New Year's time and then just try to see if I can't talk to some people while we're there. Yeah, you and I go down there and we'll just talk to people and see what ideas we can throw out and see kind of.
The only person to talk to, I think, at this point is Bayman, and let's see who is officially, if there is an official anybody, like that organization. I didn't know about that organization until later.
Mark will also be down there too. Mark Marshall will actually down there that weekend.
And he would be another fantastic person to,
get Uncle Mark in there.
Maybe this becomes a daily thing. We might do like a podcast from the theater every day of the event, because there's going to be too many guests and too many things. It's just so much.
Just a different time, like 11 to 1 or something, like that time frame right there or something, right? Like that midday lunchtime type of thing where you have it each
window.
Day.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many events there will be. Last year there were so many events that I just feel like this would be a premier event, because the interaction would be so
yeah. Oh man, I got goosebumps. I'm all excited now, man. You got me all.
I know. I'm thinking I get that. As a fan, I would want to be in that audience.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think and I think, man, that's a great idea. That is a great idea.
It's
snuck in and took Daryl's Goonie house coin. Adam the Woo snuck in and took Daryl's Goonie house coin.
Really? I don't think so. But I mean, only because he had a few of his own.
Daryl's. Yeah, wait, Daryl, what was the Adam the Woo for that you're saying? Was that for? Because I think I don't know. I forget the time frame, because sometimes it's when we're talking about a different subject. I thought that was when we were talking about being at the Armory at the booth, but maybe
so did I. But I'm wondering if it was Adam the Woo who wanted the picture of the game.
The game. That could be. That's true. That could be. Very, very much could be. Well, shit, man. I fucking. Sometimes I hate having to cut these damn things short, but I definitely got to get going, because I got the little text message that says I got to go pick up my son and then my daughter.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a nice little double round tripper. Again, everybody, if you go to my eBay, I'm selling 2 kids, 15 and 17. If anybody would like to buy them, they're cheap. I'll even throw in some clothes and some food.
Ooh.
Right? And they
I'd
do
list that on
work
Etsy
too,
just in case.
Yeah, I know. I put that on my Etsy or something like that.
Homemade items usually go better on Etsy.
That's true. That is so true. Let's see. Get the theater book for those dates during years. Yes. And also, here's the other thing too, Jay. We'll check because I know that Richard and Zay have I think the Armory is going to be one of the days, and Richard wanted to do more of a collector's type of market type of thing instead of what the retro style. So I think he's going to do that.
Yes.
It's $900 for the Armory. So being able to have a backup to be able to do something like that, but also on one of the days to be able to have that ability would be great as well. What is this? Yeah. Oh wait, what's this? Adam Lewis snuck into the VIP party and got Daryl's number house going.
Well, first of all, he bought a ticket. He didn't sneak into anything. In fact, thanks to Adam the Woo for buying my ticket to the panel, because I didn't even know about any of that stuff. And
the Saturday.
I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I've got an extra ticket.
I'll buy them. Rain, what are you gonna buy? Wait. Are you gonna buy tickets to our live podcast? Is that what you're talking about, Rain?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you met Rain?
Yes. During Halloween, Daryl and I went to go to Coffee Girl. She was there with her neighbor, I believe. And Daryl recognized her because they follow each other on Instagram. Well, now we follow each other on Instagram, but she was behind us and Daryl was facing, and he was like, I think I know her. And so then they went and started talking. I met her there. And then she came out to hang out. The whole group from doing the music video, everybody went to the brewery. And then she came out for Halloween. Her and Liz were hanging out talking because she lives just right up the street. So her and Liz were snuggling right next to my friggin' propane here, which I'm glad I brought because that friggin' kind of saved the day for people because it got cold
Liz
there.
Zachary. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it was awesome.
I think they may be there now. Are they there now?
No, I believe next month possibly, but I don't know. But not now. But not now. I think with the holidays and I think with the New Year's and things like that, probably not.
Well, that's what I thought. But then I thought I saw a post, but maybe it was not.
Not current.
You never know.
Well, we'll reach out to them. We'll figure it out
now, but maybe the picture wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up Goonie. He's Goonie's home, right? Yeah. I get it confused because there's Goonie's house too, which was the previous owner. I don't know if you
Rain. I just saw this at the bottom. They were here. Not sure if they are still, because I think they already.
It's a beautiful day at the Goondocks today. That was 2 days ago.
Yeah. So I don't think they're still going to be there for New Year's.
Got it.
They might be.
I keep saying I'm going to text him, and I haven't done it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Actually, it's East Coast. I'll do it now because it's early for you.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a hell of an idea here, buddy, that we need to. I think this could be really fun, and I think I think that this would be like one of the best fan service events.
And we can piggyback. I can talk to Zay and Richard about we have a short circuit day, have a Goonie day, have a, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
And bring absolutely. It in. And that way it gives people an idea to, like if who wants to be a part of it. I mean, we don't have to have a whole bunch of cast. It's still going to be fun within itself to do it,
Well, let's podcast the crap out of this thing. That'll be fun. And then that's us, lending our well, you already do it, but it's me helping lend my knowledge and expertise to this awesome endeavor. You know what I mean? I want to contribute somehow, but like I was not real other than goodwill and being nice to people and being in a good mood. I didn't get to contribute much for the Goonies anniversary, and Astoria and all the Goonies have been so like great to me that like I would love to pay back somehow, and like I think this would be a really cool way to do it.
Oh hell yeah. I mean, and just being a part of that kind of stuff, I feed off of that. Just I've been asking people to give me a role, give me something to do. I'll do whatever it is, like use the podcast, go down, help out, work, do whatever. I was talking to Richard and stuff. I'm like, man, utilize me, bro. I'm like, I might not have any polls or connections, but I was like, I've made quite a bit of shit happen off of nothing. I said, and you give me a direction, I'll do my best. I'll do whatever I can. And especially when it comes to like this podcast, man, half the time I don't know what I'm doing. So if you give me something to do, it just makes it easier, like
Dude, I swear to
So-
God, I have a vision in my head of you and me sitting at a table up on the stage with a guest or two, and I see Daryl running around the audience with a microphone like Donahue. You know what I mean? Like,
oh hell yeah, right? Hitting people,
I
running
see
in.
it all. It's already there.
I
We
love
just
it.
need to
Yeah.
do it.
I think we're in. Daryl,
Hmm.
I don't know if you're still in here, but just let you know, we've already assigned your role.
Well, it could be anything. I mean, I'll go run around the audience. I don't care.
No,
I see it in my head happening.
Do
And
a
it's
rotation.
awesome.
Just everybody fucking going out, getting out in the crowd and stuff like that. No, Whitney. New Year's isn't when I'm doing the house coin that I have sitting right over here. See that house
By your
coin I'm
Teddy
giving away?
Ruxpin. I just noticed your Teddy Ruxpin. That's amazing.
Oh yeah. By the way, when he sings Snoop Dogg, I'm just saying, you put a Snoop Dogg. I got a Snoop Dogg cassette that I have.
That's amazing.
It's.
I would
it's
like to
pretty
hear
cool.
him play Prodigy, Smack My Bitch Up.
Oh yeah. That would be a good one, actually. Oh my gosh. Just a little fire starter in there.
My bitch up.
But everybody, I appreciate everybody coming in. By the way, myself and Jay are going to be doing the Blockbuster Year podcast with Brandon. We're doing some Christmas, and it's going to be on Wednesday, which starts at 5 or 5:30 or
6
6
o'clock Pacific,
o'clock.
so 9 o'clock for me.
So 9 o'clock. Okay, so 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern time. We're gonna be on that, and then of course, the rest of the week we have Throwback Thursday on Thursday, and then of course the classic No Fucking Filter, and we're gonna have our crew come in there and have some
I will
fun
see
as
you
well.
and Murph
So-
on Friday for sure.
yeah. And who knows? Here's the thing. Sticking to my fast doesn't mean that I can't have some wine or a drink. So I might actually have like a drink or two, and which will probably be enough, but we'll see. It doesn't really break my fast, but at the same time, I can't really I don't know what I'd benefit off of that, but I might. Maybe if I have one drink, I'd be like, oh, I got a buzz. That's nice. That'd be the first time.
So you haven't drank in the 35 days too, or 37 days or whatever?
Yeah.
Like
At
booze?
all. No booze.
So like a thimble worth of wine would probably, you'd feel it, I would imagine.
That's what I'm thinking is maybe I'll buzz off of like a glass of wine or something like that, and I'll feel it. That'll be
Yeah.
the first. I can usually get through about a bottle and a half before I get buzzed of wine. Usually that's my average. Usually it's about a third of a fifth to almost a half a fifth sometimes. So like for me, it's never beneficial to drink. But yeah, there you go. Two beer
Since-
Dustin, just like 2 beer Boggs.
That would be awesome. Since
Right.
we're sharing in this realm, like I think I told you that, when Nicole got sick, I never smoked weed my whole life, and I didn't even drink till I was 21. Not because it was illegal, I just never got to it. And I didn't think I wanted to. We started smoking weed when she was sick with MS.
Yeah.
And I mean, towards the end, I'd even have to hold it for her. So like I'm just a weed smoker now, right? I went from never having touched on the stuff to like, that's it.
Mhm.
I basically the whole year after she died, I continued to do it like almost as regularly as we used to, just because it was a habit and I was depressed and sad and whatever else. It was a nice escape.
Mhm.
At some point I stopped, and then after only like a month, I had just a little bit of somebody else's once, like at an event or something, and I was like, what? I couldn't, my feet were vibrating, like buzzing. I couldn't believe it. It was like the first time I forgot. I really had forgotten.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, I don't want, I want to see when you have your drink, because I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing for you, and I want to
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. And I'm actually looking forward to it, because most of the time I'm like, I pissed twice and I'm full, and I'm like, oh, the buzz is coming, but now I'm so tired of all the alcohol that I've been drinking, trying to get to that
I'm
fucking point
exhausted.
that I don't do it,
Yeah.
Daryl. Woo! Donahue out. See you Friday, Jay. I love it. And Brad and Whitney are in there. It is like red versus blue, black versus white. They want that Goonies house coin. Brad's trying to get it for his friend. Whitney's trying to get it for herself. Whitney, the coin is not for me. It's for a close friend of mine in the UK. She couldn't make it, but they got him up here. Look at you were basically in the movie. You don't need a house coin. They're going through the battles. I love it. No, Whitney, he's drawing mine. See,
Nice.
there's been an ongoing monthly battle with them. But anyway, I'm
So
going to
I
go get
never
my.
cared about the house coins. Now I feel like once the last one's given away, I'm going to be like, damn it, I should have fucking gotten a house coin.
There's still, I think there's still some more out there too. I think what Bayman said, I think there, I want to say maybe there's probably 25 to 40 ish. I would say would be the last little bit that would be the push for like maybe after the new year, you know, like before the 41st type of thing. So, and he did talk to Daryl and I. We got to try to figure out something to do that's because you have a house coin. So if you're there and you're in a story and you have a house coin, these are some things and ideas that we could do. So we got to start brainstorming that kind of shit too. I keep telling people,
like a part, like an event, like a party or a mixer, or
it could be a party, it could be a mixer, it could be a little VIP, it could be a viewing, maybe up at the Goonies house, like a projector right there, and where the gravel is right there in the front, and people, you know, mark it off. It could be something at the Armory where everybody kind of goes in. Maybe it's a little friggin' prom type thing where it's only for people with the Goonies house coin that count, whatever it is, right? But
you know, that's not
coming
a bad
up with some
idea.
ideas.
Something like a prom or something at the Armory, and then like that mezzanine area could be like the house coin holders area.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Almost like not a VIP room, but like it's a big party, but you're special if you you got your, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay, but I don't get it. I hope it's Whitney. Nice.
I love. Where is it at? The UK, right? And then Whitney comes in with, "That's sweet of you, Brad, but I still want a coin." Brad's like, "If I don't get it, then I hope it's Whitney."
Nice.
Then Rain's in. I feel like he should give me one because I'm a neighbor. He doesn't agree. I know, Bayman. It's so funny. You even say something like, "Hey, like a house coin or something," like, you know, like it'd be like, "You got to get one. Got to go find one," because it's a very.
I just realized they're all individually numbered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody already has 111, there's literally no point in me doing it. It would be like to find 111. You know what I mean? Otherwise, what's the?
And here's the other thing. I can look to see even if 111 is found yet, because I think it's on the Armory.
Registered.
Yeah. Let's see. And right.
Oh, we're so close.
I know.
I can see your fingernails.
I think it's my light.
Oh, there it is.
So this is number
406 of 500.
No,
61
of 500.
Oh, that's cool. That is
one of which is kind of
By the way, I agree, Rain. If you are living in the Goondocks, which I think you're close enough, I agree. I'm excited. I got motivated with excitement for this.
These are the house. These are the ones that I have. The one I'm giving away, and then I have two signed, one by Bayman and Liz, and one by Sean Astin. On those,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
when I went to go meet Sean at Rose City, it was $480 was the total if I were to get a selfie plus have him sign the things I wanted, because I have the map signed, I have the Pirates of the Spanish Main, I have this signed, I had a picture of him and me. So when she added it up, it was 480, and I was like, I can't do that. And I was like, but I'll come back and get a selfie and get at least one signature from you. And he told his handler, he goes, when Dustin comes back, he can go to the front of the VIP line. He's not going to wait through the line again. So when he comes back, because it was cash, you had to do cash. It wasn't like when you were out, and I didn't know how it worked. And so then I was like, oh, awesome. So we're talking and stuff. He remembered me from coming up to me, doing the selfie and stuff. He was so happy that I brought that picture. And then I gave him.
You mean when you were in Astoria?
When I was in Astoria, yeah. He remembered. Awesome. He goes, because I walked up and he goes, I know you. You got the truck with the flags and the cool sweatshirt. I was like, yeah. And then we talked, and then I gave him two of my coins, the chunk and sloth, and then I gave him my 40th anniversary coin. He goes, what do you sell these for in your shop? And I go, during the time it was 2 for $40 or like $22 each. And I said, but now I do them for $30. And he goes, 30 a piece? And I go, yeah. And he looked at her and he goes, how much does he owe for the other stuff? And she was like, it was a total of 480. He goes, that's a fair trade. He took the coins and signed all my stuff and did the selfie and did everything and I was like, you don't have to do that. And he was like, there's no way I wouldn't do that. And I was like, oh man, dude. It just felt good in that moment. It was very like the Sean moment got even better, you know? So,
awesome.
But yeah, everybody please tune in to the Blockbuster Year What we're gonna do is I'm gonna probably spam it tomorrow to kind of get it ready for Wednesday as well. But it's gonna be Wednesday night at 6:00. But Eastern time is 9:00. Come check it out. We're doing a movie review. It's gonna be a fun time. Brandon, myself, and Jay. Thursday night, Throwback Thursday with myself and Mr. Boggs, and then Friday, a fucking big crew of people. And I think we're gonna have another full house. So please come in, and if you want to join in, if we got an open spot, I got no problem bringing people in, and I want to meet people and talk to people and stuff. So please, definitely do that. Bless you, sir. Oh, bless you
Like a
again.
big finish.
Right?
Brad says,
oh, yeah,
Rain, I will
perfect.
meet you when I'm there in Feb. I will treat you to coffee at Coffee Girl. That's awesome.
Yep, I'll be there too.
Rain, we'll see you in a couple weeks, I guess.
Yep, exactly. We'll be there for that. Custom pogs. What is this? You link up and try to make custom pogs too. Kids today need to know. Oh, pogs with this. You know what? I actually thought about making a smasher. Pogs, the old from like the 90s or whatever it was, I think.
I don't know what that is.
Pogs were basically like marbles. So you win marbles and you would like use the big marble to knock them out. Pogs was basically a stack of like little round cardboard discs. They had all different kinds, and you'd have them there, and you'd have to take the smasher and you'd have to hit them on top, and then when they would turn over, then you would keep those ones that you got. So like from your friends. So you'd have a smasher that was like the size of one of my coins, like a metal one. You'd friggin' hit it. It was kind of a fun thing. And I remember having a bunch of pogs when I was like younger, when I was a kid and stuff like that. But it was, yeah, that's kind of a crazy thing. She brought that up. So
it's weird what entertains you as a kid. I remember tiddlywinks. That was literally nothing.
Right.
Like discs that you would flip into the cup. It was so silly. It's like throwing cards in a hat. You know what I mean?
Whitney, nobody is winning Sean's signed one, okay? The one signed Sean. Yeah.
All right, well, I love you, buddy.
I love you too, brother. Thank you for coming on here, my man. And
thanks to everybody for watching. Love you at home.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you, everybody, for coming in here and commenting and hanging out with me and Jay. Now I got to go pick up my kid.
And thanks to Steve for jumping in too. That was cool.
That was cool. Let's get him. Make sure you give him a call and let's get him in on Friday. Have him fun and make sure that he gets, set up so we don't got no distortion and we don't got any Steve up his nose. That was so funny. He'd start walking around, he'd like this, and all of a sudden he'd look down, he'd smile. Almost like he looked at himself like, I'm looking at my own nose. All right, everybody. You guys take care, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Later. Good night, everybody. We love you. See you later.